Welcome back to Marta from Sparta. If you love fashion moments that blur the line between cinema and culture, you are going to enjoy this one. Milan Fashion Week has officially wrapped and it closed with a statement that had everyone talking. It definitely got me talking. I'm talking about it right now to you guys. Dolce and Gabbana Spring 2026 collection titled PJ Obsession transformed the runway into what can only be described as an elevated pajama party. And social media could not stop buzzing about it. But before we even get to the clothes, there was a surprise entrance that stole the spotlight. Meryl Streep and Stanley Tucci arrived fashionably late in full character as Miranda Priestley and Nigel Kipling from The Devil Wears Prada. It was iconic. Strip wore Dolce Gabbana patent leather camel trench coat cinched with leopard print belt over sleek black trousers, while Tucci sat beside her in refined gray ensemble, a moment that perfectly blended fashion with the film nostalgia. On the runway, Domenico Dolce and Stefano Cabana reimagined classic menswear inspired pajama sets with unmistakable Italian glamour. Cotton pajamas, shirts, and relaxed trousers were redesigned for daytime wear. Some sharply tailored and sculpted, other oversized and effortless. Crystals and stones elevated these once simple sleepwear staples into bold statement pieces. Like the brand Spring 2026 menswear show, the ready to wear collection celebrated dressing without rules. Whether seductive in sheer fabrics or conservative in crisp cotton, the message was clear. Pajamas are no longer confined to the bedroom. So, Devil may wear Prada, but this season she wears Dolce and Gabbana. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So, movie Devil Wears Prada. I think it's coming up in May or June or something like that. And if you didn't watch part one, just you must see it. It's super fun movie about the fashion. So many gorgeous pieces, so much inspiration in that. So as we just find out, Devil also wears Dolce Gabbana. So let's join that team. Let's make our own pieces and let's keep our husbands and banks account happy, right? Let's go to my desk. These are extraordinary, beautiful pieces of art which are actually ready to wear, and these pieces are not for sale. They are made to order. And pajama top, I mean, it looks like pajama top, but the top cost about $2,000 to $3,000. It depends which version you're gonna order. And as far as the pants go from $1,800 to $3,000 as well. Depends which version you go. And these are not for sale on Dolce Gabbana website. These pieces are only made to order. So as you see, and I'm displaying on the screen, there is so many varieties of that. And guess what? I'm gonna show you how to make the whole set under $30. Yes, if you have pajamas. If you don't have the pajama set, you might need to go and shop a little bit for the set which you like. The set which I'm using, I had it in my closet for a year, but guess what? It's still available on Amazon. So if you like the set which I have, I'm gonna link it in description below. And this is 100% cotton. It's very breathable, it's very thin. It almost feels like a very thin linen. So if you're gonna be buying the set, which I am actually having for this video, remember to pre-wash it. It's gonna shrink a tiny bit. And I bought that in size medium because I wanted kind of oversized look for myself and around the house. I didn't even plan this project at the time. One more thing before I'm gonna take you to my desk and show you all these goodies. I just wanna tell you that the reason why I picked the pajamas with ruffles on the bottom, first of all, I love ruffles and puffy sleeves. That's number one. And a year ago when I was buying these pajamas, I didn't even know that I'm going to be doing Dolce Gabbana dupe. I didn't know that. But I could buy another set, right, to match closer Dolce Gabbana kind of vibe, but I decided to use my set with raffles on the sleeves and raffles on my pants, because this set is meant to be wear outside on the summer or spring, outside when it's hot. And I think the raffles makes it more outdoorsy to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to look exactly like Dolce Gabbana because it looks to me like a pajamas, which is fine. It's totally fine if you're going for this vibe. And I do love to stand out in a crowd, but because I have this raffle-y kind of situation going on my set, I think it's gonna look more outdoorsy. It's gonna look more like not the pajamas, but I'm gonna get the same sense and the same vibe which we see on the runway, right? So you do whatever you feel comfortable with. The set which I am actually attaching is available on Amazon, and this set has raffles, but there is plenty of those kind of type of sets on Amazon or Kmart, not a Kmart, Walmart, Target, and you're gonna have a better luck in shopping in the men's department, because we want to get something oversized. You don't want it to be fitted. You want to have it very loose and oversized, very breezy and light. You're not gonna touch a needle even once. What you're gonna need is just set of the pajamas. Either you have one or you can buy the one from Amazon. They come in different colors as well. I am pink girl, so I got pajamas in color pink last year because that's what I like for myself. And you're gonna need the iron and the fabric glue, and I'm gonna recommend you the one which gonna do the job for you really well. It's gonna stay through every wash and it's gonna dry super fast, and we're gonna just plow through this project in no time, and we're gonna make this $5,000 pajama set or summer set, Dolce Gabbana set dupe in like 3 hours, because I took my time to place everything, and it's very therapeutic. You can listen to the book, drink your wine, and just have fun with me. So let's go. Okay. So, I'm gonna definitely change the buttons. I don't know which buttons or what buttons I'm gonna put on yet. I didn't think about buttons, but I found on, obviously, Amazon, few super hyper fun appliques, which some of them could be either hand sewn or this one can be iron on. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use combination of both, but I am definitely not doing any hand stitching. I'm gonna use fabric glue for this one, because this one, it's gonna be like a lot of hand stitching first of all. And I'm gonna also use fabric glue for these tiny flowers. And there is tons of these flowers, and it will be definitely enough for this project. So I'm gonna open my inspiration image, and I'm gonna start from playing with the branches first, because I think they're gonna be directing me, and that's gonna be my main focus first, and then I'm just gonna spread the flowers, if you know what I mean, around. So I'm gonna start with the big ones, and I'm gonna link everything in the description below, and then I'm gonna take a picture of it, because these are iron-ons. So once I'm gonna iron them on and they're gonna be stationary, then this one's I'm gonna use a fabric glue. I'm gonna show you in a minute what fabric glue, I forgot to bring it, I'm going to be using. So these are the two fabric glues, which I really love, and I use them both. This one dries clear and this one dries clear. I think this one gonna come out white first, but I promise you it's gonna dry clear. And I like the very pointy tip, because if you have a very small appliques like this one, you're gonna need a precision for that. This one is clear and it's coming out clear. You have to cut it open for the top. I'm gonna link also those two in the description below. So basically, once you have the pajamas, you decide, and inspiration images, and you're gonna decide about the colors. And if you want to do what I'm doing, this element is gonna be included in the description below. Then it's your design. Then it's like however you want to do it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put you guys on the time lapse. I'm gonna decide how I would like to place my branches, because as I said, flowers are basically the last step, and it's like I think 100 pieces in this package, and it was very inexpensive. and then we're gonna play with it and have fun, and we're gonna have our Dolce Gabbana summer set in like few dollars if you have pajamas. If not, these coming in different colors, and again, I told you before I'm gonna say anything about it, I made sure they're still available. They still are. They have great reviews. Pre-wash them, definitely pre-wash them, because they shrink a little bit after I wash them before you're gonna actually go with your project. So let me put you on the time lapse. I'm gonna open some inspiration images and let's get to it. Okay, so let me show you what I did so far. So I added like a little bit of the other trim, the one which goes by yard, on the flaps of my pajamas, and the ones which are iron on are there on the bottom of my pajamas, on the bottom of the sleeves. So it's gonna be like same kind of like cohesive look, and the top goes a little bit lighter. And I did same thing for my pants. I added the heavy ones on the bottoms, the one which are iron, and the trim all the way along the leg. And why I did this way? Because this set of iron-ons, they come only 6 of them. And we obviously doing a thrift flip, and we're flipping our pajamas, or if you choose to buy the pajamas and do this, but I trying to stay really low on the budget, and I really didn't want to buy another set of those. And again, set comes in 6 of them. I don't remember the price of it. I think it was like $10. That's why I didn't buy 2. And this one's like yards and yards of it. It was like $6. So I'm now what I'm gonna do, because it's different color of green here and here, I'm gonna kind of bring it together now. So I'm gonna cut these branches and kind of add them also over here. The other reason why I added those on the bottoms, because if you're gonna look at the inspiration image, bottom is heavy and the top is a little bit lighter. So these are heavier with look and with a feel, so that's why I added them everywhere in the bottom, including my pants. So now I want to connect those and those together, which means I'm gonna do few vines like running here and there, so it's gonna look nice and cohesive. And then actually I have decided that before I'm gonna attach those tiny flowers, which I have about 100 in the packet, I'm gonna actually make a patches, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna plan to make my own patches, because buying flowers like that, these are very tiny, so they are very inexpensive, and there's 100 in the box. But buying actually this number of roses to cover the pajamas the way the Dolce did, it's gonna cost a lot of money. So I'm trying to be reasonable here with a cost. So I think a yard of flower printed fabric is gonna take us farther than just keep buying those. And I know it's more labor, but it's also going to be way less expensive to make your own instead of buying those. And I want to use still those just because they were super inexpensive, number one. Number two, when I'm gonna make a flower patches, they're gonna have different textures, so I want to mix textures a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So let me finish with the vines first, and then we're gonna start to make our own patches. I'm gonna show you how to make our own patches, and then I'm gonna keep designing where I want to place my roses or patches. And in the meantime, I took boys for a walk. Today it's like dropped all to 13 degrees, and that's what you get when you take boys for a walk. And I can finally work. And the other one is super smiley and happy. Look at this face. Like, look at this happy face. They were like, keep scratching my leg and saying like, let's go for a walk. And now look at them. He's so out. He doesn't even know I am filming him. So happy and smiley boy. I get so many sweet messages about Teddy and Leo, and yes, they are my little darlings. They are my emotional support team, my daily stress relief, and my very serious filming assistants. Honestly, they supervise every video. After our walks, they always have very important routine. I always brush their teeth, they get their greenie, and if you are a dog owner, you know exactly why. We all want those kisses to come with a fresh breath. We shop at Bernie's, and the boys love their products, especially the greenies and omega-3 supplements. If you want to spoil your own furry friend, Teddy and Leo have a special coupon code for you, or you can use the link in the description below. For flowers, and I only did the fronts, and it's like I said, sides for the trim, and a little bit around the pockets, like right over here. Now I'm gonna show you how my top looks like. And I also did some light greens to see like blend in that darker part and around my collar and like the back of the collar. And the back is totally plain, so only over here you're gonna see any kind of embroidery quote. So now I think I'm gonna go and show you how I'm gonna plan to make patches for it. And when I looked closer at the inspiration image from Dolce Gabbana, actually Runway, they have this simple white buttons. The only thing they have, and I'm not sure if I want to do, they have this beautiful piping which brings the flowers together with the pajamas. But in order to do piping, that would be a lot of work, and I'm not sure if I want to put these pajamas apart because that's supposed to be no sew project, right? How I'm going to create the patches. So basically there is a paper. I am gonna link it in a description below. And one side of this paper is kind of sticky and the other one feels kind of like a wax paper. So what I'm planning to do, I'm planning to put a O sheet down on the fabric. I'm gonna be cutting the patches out just because the roses are so tiny. I'm not gonna cut it out first and then apply the paper. I'm just gonna create one sheet of this patches and one sheet of this fabric. So what I'm gonna do right now is very simple. I'm just gonna grab an iron and I'm gonna run over it, and it's gonna basically create a sticker, and you have to iron it long enough so you're gonna see the sheet actually sticking out to the fabric. And then I'm gonna cut out this rectangle, so I'm gonna have like a whole sheet of those roses. I'm gonna create one more sheet of the other roses, and I'm gonna take a tiny scissors and just keep cutting out the roses out of this sheet. And then when I am ready, let me put the iron on. See, and now I have like this sheet, and then I'm gonna cut out some of the roses for my pajamas. And once I'm ready actually to stick them, I'm just gonna peel the back of it and iron them on like an iron on patch. So this is actually very great thing to have if you're doing a lot of patches. It's very handy. So I'm gonna prepare that, and then I'm gonna cut out my roses and patches, and I'm gonna start placing them on my pajamas. Okay, so let me show you how I just finished my pieces and what did I do, and let's talk about it for a minute. I'm gonna also displaying on the screen like a close-ups, and I actually, with those pieces, as you saw on the runway and inspiration images, with those pieces you cannot go wrong. You can do as much embellishments and whatever embellishments you want, or as little, so you can go to town with it, and you can do different colors and different combinations with sequins or no, or embroidery only. You can add embroidery. I was trying to show you how to make it simple, and you can build up on it, or you can just stay as it is. So let's talk about what I did and what I think I might actually do a little bit more on it. Alright, so this is my pajama top, and I did what we talked about it, that I'm gonna build up with these branches over here. Then I added the light green ones as you guys saw on the video, and I was making the patches using the fabric, and I also ironed them on. So everything what you see over here, there is no sewing. It is just a fabric glue, and this fabric glue is permanent, so it's gonna hold in your washes. You just have to wash your pieces inside out, and just iron, as I said. So now I have these roses, these tiny roses, and yesterday when I finished this piece and the roses were not there and I was looking at it, my thought was like, well, when I look at these pieces on a runway, they kind of look like they have a lot of textures and colors, and there is three-dimensional situation going on, and I didn't want to like spend more money on it, so I started to dig on my craft drawer. And 3 years ago I made ballet flats, Miu Miu ballet flats, which they had actually these roses, and these roses, like leftovers of that, they were sitting on my in my craft drawer, and I said they're gonna actually work with this piece really, really well. So I didn't have that many left. They still available on Amazon, so I will link them in the description below. So I decided to glue them on, and I also glue them on. Like you see, they are sitting on the glue. Some of them I have to reinforce a little bit more, but they are also on the fabric glue. So I decided to add them to this, and I think it's actually start to look more how I want to look. I'm gonna also link them in description below. I did the same thing on the pants. I made my pants really heavy on the bottom. Maybe let me show you this way. Yeah, I made my pants really heavy just on the bottom and lighter over here, because I'm planning to wear this shirt open if I'm gonna wear it with the pants. I wish I could model that for you, but we have tons of snow and there is really not a good place to show you the beauty of this pants. So maybe I'm gonna ask AI again to model it for me, because I don't want to step in these pajamas on the snow, because it's not gonna give you this spring kind of vibe. So I did just the trim over here, as you see, and I also added this tiny roses, and I decided to sleep on it, leave it as is, with these roses. And the back of it, I'm gonna show you guys. As I said, I'm doing totally plain because it has a little bit on the collar over here, and the back of the sleeves over here. And I don't want anything on my back, because if I am sitting, I don't want anything to actually poke me in my back. Same thing we did with the pants. The pants are very rich in the front, and the back has nothing except a few tiny roses, but only on the bottom of my pants, so nothing gonna disturb my comfort. You know what I'm saying? I just want these pieces to be runway to wear. I don't know what Dolce Gabbana has in the bag. I couldn't find the image of any of those pieces in the bag, so I don't know how they done in the bag. But if you want to do something in the bag, feel free. That's your pieces. I just want to show you how I did mine. But I want to continue with the idea of no sew, right? So I was thinking about it like I am missing some bling over here, because some of the Dolce Gabbana pieces are embroidery only, or some of them have a lot of sequins on it. I don't want sequins, so I think what I'm gonna do, and I have leftover, if you guys know what the hot fix is, I have leftovers beads from the Miu Miu flats, which I did 2 years ago for you guys on the video. And I have like a leftover hot fix pieces. I'm not buying anything more, but I'm gonna also attach them in the link in the description below if you want to follow my lead over here. And I think I'm gonna hot fix few pieces here and there, so when the sun will be shining on summertime, on springtime, it's gonna just glow a little bit and reflect the light. But also, in my opinion, these pieces are gorgeous. Gorgeous, absolutely, hands down gorgeous. My husband even says he's not always a fan of everything I am making, but these are the showstoppers. So I think I'm just gonna add just a tiny bit, like one here on one there. I'm not gonna overpower this piece with few pieces of hot fix over here. So I will take you to my desk in a few minutes. I have to clean up my desk, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. And everything remains just the fabric glue, iron, and if you want to do the hot fix, you can do a hot fix. You do not also have to have the equipment hold a hot fix. You can buy just the beads and use the fabric glue, and it's also gonna hold. I did that previously before, and I know it's gonna hold. In my case, I have it, so I'm gonna use it, and I'm just gonna embellish that little bit. And I am also considering, but this is only considering, maybe just using like actually embroidery threads. I'm gonna show you the guys in a minute that. I have this basket of this embroidery threads and in pink colors because I am planning super fun dupe for you guys very soon. And maybe I'm just gonna add something by my hand, I don't know, but this is optional, and I'm not saying I'm gonna be doing this. I'm considering adding more textures, more different textures to it. But I think this decision I will make after I'm gonna add few beads here and there, because I think I have enough texture. These tiny flowers look, they kind of like embroidered, and these are patches which I showed you guys in a video how to make them. The rest of it is iron on, looks gorgeous. So let's add this tiny hot fix, little bit Swarovski crystals on it, and let's see if that's gonna make me happy. And again, you can build up on it as much as you want to. It's up to you. I just brought you to this point, and what you're gonna do from here farther, it's up to you how much time you want to spend on it. And just maybe when I'm watching some show, I'm just gonna do some embroidery using one of those colors and just bring little bit more texture to it. But for now, I am super happy with that, and I love how it came out, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me this Sunday again and crafting with me. And if you ever want to share pictures of your creation with me, there is email in description below. Unfortunately, YouTube on this platform, you cannot actually post your images. I am not that tech savvy, but you can either email me your images, and I'm gonna be so happy to show them in my next video. And this is very chill community. We have no trolls here. We just creative and chill people over here, and I can show your creations on my videos. Or you can find me on Instagram if you are Instagram person, and or TikTok, and you can text me or send me a message with your creations through my Instagram or TikTok, and I would love to see what you guys making, and it's gonna make my heart so happy, and it's going to be so rewarding to me to see how you guys working with me. And yeah, and I would be happy to show them to the rest of our crafty ladies or gentlemen or both. So yeah, so that would be it, and the next video will be also super exciting spring dupe. Alrighty, so this is my hot fix graveyard, as you see, and this is the leftovers which I have from my video of Miu Miu flat ballets. So these are like Swarovski crystals. They are like so old right now, but I have something in pink, as you see, which I am considering using. Also, I have this type of pink, but this is like more purplish. So this is, my puppy has to go on the chair. They are I can't even pronounce it. So that's the gun which I use. But if you don't want to buy it just for this project, you can also just use the glue. So I have a lot of colors, but for this specific project, I'm just thinking about using shades of pink and just like a clear crystals. And these are Swarovski crystals. These are just not even, I don't even know what I have there. Oh, that's the attachments for the hot fix. So because I have them, that's why I'm planning to use them. But again, this step is optional for you. So if you didn't know what the hat fix is, that's what it is, and it comes in a whole kit. And I'm gonna attach this kit in description below, and you can use it or you don't if you don't want to. So I'm gonna play with it again, and I'm gonna show you how actually the ending result will be.
And hey, if you have expensive tastes like me and you want to keep your bank account happy as well, this is a place for you. See you next week!